Tiri tiri te moana te taira, whiti whakatō ki te urunga. Ka rangaranga te muri ka tutu ngā ngaru o te moana. Ko te ata ato te whiriwhiri o tū tāmure. Tēnā ngā waka kuarewa, whakatau tuku iho ki raro, neke neke mai, kia piri, kia tata, āti hei mauriwa. Nō reira, ngā mana ngā rua, ngā karangaranga maha o tēnei o tātou, hui hui tēnei wā, tēnā kouta. Kauri te mihi anō ki a koe, ki ngitu heitia, po te tau te wheru. Ko tai mai koe o tira tō tira, ki tā whinatia te kaupapa o tēnei wā, nō reira tēnā koe, tēnā kouta. Nō reira, me tuku te mihi anō ki a koe, e minita litu, ko tai mai, i runga i te karanga o tō tātou i nei, te whakatohe ki tō tātou wāhi o whitikau, nō reira tēnā koe. E ware tia hoki, te mihi ki tō tātou mea, tōku whanau ngā David, nō reira tēnā koe, kia whakahaere tōnu ngā kaupapa kai roto i te kauni hira, te moku mea koe tia te iwi nei o lui, nō reira, tēnā koe. Ko tēni Paruru tōku ingoa, I've been asked to come to give a little kōrero about this place here, Whitikau, and why we have decided to have this special occasion here at Whitikau. In the past few years, I've facilitated the Komiti Whiriwhiri Hitori, our research committee comprising whānau from each of our hapu, and our task was to oversee the scripting of the historical account, a document outlining the events and actions that saw whakatohia rise to prosperity and then to fall due to the actions of the Crown. Today's acknowledgements and apology from the Crown come to us through the efforts of our tipuna, who carried the weight of their iwi to rectify the wrongs of the past. And as we reflect on our history, we must remember we are still here, the descendants of those who survived at Opatu. We will be here all day if I attempted to read the historical accounts, and therefore I'll cover off a few key points and their relevance to this special place here, Whitikau. The traditional rohe of whakatohia is bountiful and kai. Ohiwa Harbour in the west is our home to the so-called Ngata Mahine te Whakatohia, the daughters of Whakatohia, a local name for the rich abundance of kaimoana provided by the harbour. Pāko whai, o Pōtiki, sit at the centre of te rohe te Whakatohia, near the confluence of the Waiaweke and Otara rivers. Together with the Waiotahe, the estuarine habitats of these awa provide a plentiful supply of fish and shellfish. On the eastern side of the rehe, from Opape to Awa Kino, the rocks abound with mussels, paua, kina and kaura. And Whakatohia did not attend the gathering of chiefs at Waitangi in February 1840. Instead, copies of Te Tiriti o Waitangi and agents sailed to visit other iwi around Aotearoa. The trader James W. Fairdubb, master of the schooner Mercury, was responsible for taking a treaty sheet around the Bay of Plenty. And as you've already heard, on the 27th and the 28th of May 1840, 7 Whakatohia rangatira signed Te Tiriti o Waitangi here in Opotiki. Our tipuna that we need to acknowledge who signed the treaty, Te Tiriti o Waitangi, Tauatoro from Ngaita Mahaua, Ngāti Ngahere, Te Takahiao from Te Upokorehe, Te Aporotanga from Ngāti Rua, Rangi Mātānuku from Ngāti Rua, Rangi Hairepo from Te Upokorehe, Ngaita Mahaua, Wi Ake Ake from Te Upokorehe, and Whākia from Whakatohia. And following the signing, the Crown's agent gave the Whakatohia rangatira gifts of pipes and tobacco. Up until the late 1850s, the growing Pākehā settlement at Auckland traded extensively with Māori coastal settlements, and Whakatohia and the Auckland settlers had a significant trading partnership. The iwi developed a thriving economy, largely based on flax, agricultural produce and pigs. Whakatohia grew extensive crops of wheat, maize, corn, kumara and potatoes on the rich alluvial plains surrounding the Otara and Waiaweke rivers. Thousands of pigs were reared on the surplus produce. By 1864, Whakatohia had developed a thriving agricultural economy, embraced technology, built infrastructure, and developed political organizations to deal with economic and social change. Following the death of Reverend Carl Volkner in March 1865, 5 British Navy boats arrived here in the Opotiki Harbour, carrying 515 soldiers who bombed the Pakowhai village and attacked anyone that resisted. After the invasion, the Whakatohia people vacated the area to take shelter on the surrounding hills. Many were killed. A scorched earth policy was enforced by the Crown, taking away any existence or Whakatohia occupancy of these areas. Shortly after the Crown attacked Te Taratapā, mostly Ngāti Ira ancestors took up arms to defend themselves. In the end, Whakatohia lost at least 55 people and 144,000 acres of the tribe's most fertile land, which they had used to prosper after the signing of Te Tiriti o Waitangi. The motivation of the Crown to find suitable land for settlement using the New Zealand Settlements Act 1863 led to the subjugation for many years of the Whakatohia people and their mana motu hake, their self-determination. We are fortunate to still have several traditional names within this area that were recorded by Ngāti Ngahere Kuia, Mai Poha. May remembered key sites around the Opotiki Township area, for which we are very grateful. May married Paku Edwards, who was born in 1850 and was 15 years of age during the invasion. May and Paku's daughter, Tarati Carrington, was known to us as Nanny Dolly. In the late 1980s, the grandson of Paku, Claude Edwards, led Whakatohia's claims process and pulled together a research team that comprised of our whānau, Nanny Julie Williams, Pati Wahine Maxwell, and others. The team travelled with Nanny Dolly to visit the sites that her mother May had written down. Some sites in close proximity to this site here are Mātangi Pūhia, that belong to Ngāti Rua, the name of the Kaumātua Flats. Near St. Joseph's School is Piritorioa, a pā belonging to Ngaitamahaua. In the vacant lots on Kelly Street is Port Pauata, a section of Ngaitamahaua, close to the Rereko Urupā. Across the road stood a whare called Tātaia. Then where the Shelfin and Francis shop is today used to stand a wharenui belonging to Ngāti Ira called Te Hokowhetū. On their journey they arrived here to Whitiko. Whitiko is the original name of the site, which was an island long ago. A traditional Māori house, Arai Te Uru, once stood here and was occupied by Ngāti Ngahere Hapua Whakatohia. The main river course flowed where the skate park is now, close to the back of the buildings where the boat sheds used to be. Although for many years it was recognised as Faulkner's Island, the original name is now being returned on Whakatohia's request. I therefore thank and acknowledge the many whānau who over the generations have given their time freely to correct the wrongs of the past. In more recent years, I want to acknowledge Uncle Ranginui Walker, who drafted the first version of the historical account, which laid the foundation for what was to come, and Te Kahutu Maxwell for translating the historical account. But finally, Uncle Robert Edwards and Graham Ristra, who have steered the tribe to this auspicious occasion. Having the signing here at Whitiko is symbolic for many reasons, and this land has witnessed many events. We have seen the survival and the flourishing of our tribe with Opotiki in the centre of the rohe, then the prosperity of our people during the early years after the signing of Te Tiriti o Waitangi. This location here also witnessed the invasion of the British forces that led to the raupatu of Whakatohia, and now the reconciliation of Whakatohia with the Crown. However, Whitiko is symbolic of the journey we are now on, from trauma to transformation, and perhaps we can utilise this term to assist us on the next phase of our Whakatohia history. Whitiko. Kia whakawhiti te whakatohia, rere kauana ki te aohau. No reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Katohia, tauri whakarongo, ki te reo pohiri mai nei, he ngā iwi, he āwhina. Ki a kaha, ki a mau.